streaming.
Woohoo! Yeah, it's 11 o'clock over here.
Wait, does your area use daylight savings time?
Yeah. Usually it starts at 12 over here, but since it's daylight savings time, it's 11.
Oh, anyway, greetings, denizens of the internet. You can call me Nitro Indigo, and welcome to my 24th riveting live stream of Monster Sanctuary. I am desperately hoping that I'll be able to finally beat the final boss in this stream, so this might last even longer than an hour, but no promises. Hopefully I'll get it.
You can do it, I'm sending you good vibes.
Yeah, Backset is also here.
Maybe we'll be lucky, and it'll be like, and it'll be the shortest stream.
Yeah. I did a lot of grinding as well, but also keep in mind we have to watch the credits, and that might take up a lot of time. I mean, I could just skip through the credits, but it gives me a lot of empty space to talk over, so...
Yeah, you can do a retrospective, Monster Sanctuary retrospective.
I mean, I did consider reviewing this game at one point, but I couldn't really think of much to say. And there's also the fact I haven't really been working on many long scripted videos this year, because this Let's Play streams have kind of been keep taking up all my mental bandwidth. So, like, I'm thinking, oh, I could focus on writing this video script, but I'd rather just keep my mind on focus on scheduling these streams. So.
Yeah, once you get this finished, you gotta get back to scripted videos if you want to.
Wants to focus on one thing at a time. Well, if I'm actually no, sometimes I get easily distracted. But if it's stuff that where I have a deadline, such as
imagine focusing on one thing at a time.
It's like if I've got a job interview coming up, I don't want to apply for more jobs in the meantime because then I'll just get stressed out. But if I'm just daydreaming,
I understand that.
I'll change what I'm focusing on every 10 minutes.
I can't imagine, like, you know, the conventional wisdom is apply for as many jobs as you can, but, like, also, that's so stressful, man.
Yeah. Especially if you don't live in a city, so there aren't as many options. Or even if you live in a particularly small area. Or if the public transport near where you live is terrible and you haven't learned to drive yet.
Yeah, I'm sure these aren't. I'm sure these aren't stuff from experience.
Breaking up.
Sounds like you see it from experience.
Yeah. Okay. Speaking of experience, I can hear you clearer now. I'm just gonna skip through the cutscene once again. And now I'm several levels. My monsters are several levels above these guys.
It's me, the main villain. I turned out I was some guy I forgot about. Like, I don't know if I was, you know, was I supposed to be paying attention? I mean, I was supposed to be paying attention, obviously, but, like, was there any focus on this guy specifically for this twist to be?
A few times after you beat certain alchemists.
Yeah, I don't remember him.
Yeah, this has been a long series.
Up with my Discord noises. Shouldn't be making noises. Okay, I think we're good there. Huh. Something weird going on. My Discord keeps making noises, but they're definitely not notification noises. I think it's connecting me and reconnecting me.
Okay.
Like, it can't be notification noises. I have...
Sound better.
Yeah.
Your microphone quality's better now. You don't sound like you're in a tin can.
Yeah. I wish it'd stop making noises. I don't like it when Discord makes noises. I'm anti-Discord making noises. Freeze.
Everybody, clap your hands. I can't clap my hands right now. My hands are full. I don't know if Discord will pick it up anyway because it feels.
I'll clap my hands for you. I don't remember what the tune is. Lord, what is up with this guy?
Who's this guy?
Mr. White-haired fishy guy. So why? I mean, he's a final boss, so of course he's strong. But like,
Gosh.
you're 10 levels above him.
I'm not 10 levels. I'm only about 3.
Still, you're 3 levels above him.
Giving my monsters food.
Yes. Give them food. They deserve it.
But I said it in a funny way.
Give them little treats. Yeah. Give them little treats. Treats is, as a treat.
You sound like you're talking about a cat.
I am talking about, let's talk about the monsters like they're cats.
Actually, I don't think I have any of the cat monsters. There's the spectral lion, obviously.
Yeah.
And that. Oh gosh, what's it called now? The Caraglow. That's it. I'm trying to remember what it was called. That's a cat with a ball of light.
There was the caterpillar.
Oh yeah. There was a cat who would carry on, or whatever the words are. It's been a while since I've last listened to Rah Rah Rasputin.
I mean, I've never heard it. I've never heard many songs.
It was in the Doctor Who episode of Power of the Doctor. There's a really funny scene.
Ah.
See, the thing is, I keep failing to target forgetting to target the Mad Eye, and it just ends up making everything worse.
So I'm guessing like AoE attacks or you got a limited amount of mana or whatever.
Yeah, it's also like they recommend that you save it. I've seen people recommend you save area of effect attacks for last.
I mean, you're both down to 3. It's. I was gonna say it's anyone's game. You're not listening, probably. Poor guy. He's had the Mad Eye out the whole time.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe I should target it first next time.
Come on, Gecko. Come on, Gecko. You can save us. The whole shield thing is unfair.
Well, I can use it too, so.
Yeah, but it just kind of feels it kind of sucks.
Oh yeah, and the Mad Eye can steal buffs. I forgot about that. Well, actually, no, specifically it's the Sutsune who can do that, but the Mad Eye just stole my buffs, so it kind of counts, I guess. But the Sutsune's aura that does that affects all the blobs in the party. Oh, I selected the wrong one. I meant to select the Polter oven, whatever. German.
Yeah. I mean, it looks cool.
At least I've removed some statuses from Lions now. Rip. Finally got rid of the Mad Eye. Unfortunately, I don't have any buffs or monsters. Oh yeah, I could just use a healing item, that works too.
Explosive blast! I prepared explosive rooms this morning.
That's gonna spam AoE attacks. But I'm starting to sound like I'm doing some sort of like professional, like I'm some sort of like esports player now.
Yeah, you know. Monster Sanctuary tournaments now.
I mean, there is a multiplayer mode in this, but it's not the focus, so. Do you think I need to change up my team again, or should I just go with the flow?
Yeah.
I mean, I could always use the blob.
I don't know, I think. God, how do healing items work in this game? Are they like stupid where you can only really get them from going around and finding them,
no,
or can you just
buy them?
Buy them and
I've just gotten loads of them just from playing the game.
God, yeah, like at this point, like I think your best option is to just spam healing items.
I think I'll replace the Darnation with this.
It's the might of my rainbow blob.
Is that a reference to something?
Nope. I just think it sounds kind of silly to say, so I said it is. So I said it.
Anyway, the thing that's special about the blobs, which I was going to mention last time but didn't really have a chance to, is that stats like monsters keep the same shift passes when they evolve, but the king blob evolves from all of the blobs, so its shift passives depend on which one it evolved from.
Ooh.
Let's see if this is any better. Oh, I've only been going for 15 minutes so far, but it feels longer. Probably because I've been skipping through the cutscenes.
Yeah. Come on. You should get the XP for the monsters you do manage to defeat, even though you failed.
Yeah, this is.
I mean, that would probably be kind of broken, but.
Games where you only get experience at the end of battle. Anyway, Rainbow Blob applies a lot of debuffs, so it would probably stack well with the Nautilid called Casey.
So even in Pokemon, it's if your Pokemon dies, they don't get the. I don't think they get the XP.
Yeah.
If your Pokemon gets KO'd at the same time as the one that you KO'd, then they don't get the XP.
Yeah,
unfortunately. Versus. Sheesh.
Oh,
but also,
that was
whoa.
my Ring doorbell. Unfortunately, even though I've got my phone muted, that's a notification sound. So either I can't mute it or it's through a different thing.
Oh, I was talking about Calamity.
Yeah,
I didn't hear
that's an
anything.
attack that has 4 elements at once. Well, each hit is a different element.
Neat.
Yay. Also, the freeze attack would go really well with both the Spectral Wolf and the Geico, except it's knocked out, so it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. Now what happened?
That's Sonic's theme song from Sonic Adventure, right?
Yeah.
What's the Runaway Guys' Let's Play that years ago?
God, Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Adventure 1 are so funny, where they'll just a character will show up and their theme song will start playing just with no build up or cuts. Like you're allowed to have generic cutscene music too. You don't have to play Tails' theme every time Tails shows up.
Well, I like Tails' theme though. I mean, I haven't actually played.
Yeah, no,
it.
Tails'
I've
theme
only
is
played a
good.
bit of it. But I've seen people
But it's
say
like
it
it's
sounds
also
like
like
Christian
because
music,
they're lyrical themes, they get cut off very abruptly.
and they get drowned out by the voice acting or vice versa.
Yeah, I love you, Sonic Adventure 2. Terrible sound mixing. A fun fact that my dad told me, it's a fun fact about early video game voice acting, is that most voice actors for early video games were not actors, or they were actors, but they were not screen actors or like voice actors. They were stage actors. So that's why a lot of early voice acting sounds the way it does.
Like apparently in Sonic Adventure, in the English dub of Sonic Adventure, everyone was just given their lines out of context and emotion as direction. So I've almost beaten him now. I just need to switch to Nautilus because sweet to magic, and we've gone to infinity.
Yeah. Also, they just had terrible voice direction. Like, this was video games. I don't think they could afford to hire a good.
Well, I've also it was the English of a lot of these video games when translation was kind of cheap, but it's kind of reminds me of how, like, something that bothered me about Exo Paradigm Games' Banjo-Kazooie review. He was glad that they didn't have full voice acting because it would have been terrible, and he used a clip of Mega Man 10 as an example. But the thing is that Banjo-Kazooie was originally made in English, and there were other games originally made in English language games with English language voice acting that was pretty good, so it's a bit of an odd criticism.
I mean, a lot of like I'm assuming this was like 2010's YouTube criticism. It was just bad faith.
I think this is 2020, isn't it?
I'm glad it looks like they heal it right before the boss.
Yeah, they heal.
Like right before the boss phase 2.
The monsters are healed after every battle.
So at least you don't have to deal with like, oh god, my Pokemon. Like you don't have a Legends Arceus situation where Giratina shows up and your Pokemon are all almost dead.
Oh yeah, I was never able to beat.
Or maybe that was just me because I'm bad at Pokemon.
Hopefully I'll actually be able to beat the boss this time and also skip the cutscene because I've already seen this before. I've already shown it in this already series.
Yeah.
This might actually have to be shorter than usual. If your predictions are correct.
I mean, it looks, what was I saying? Like, it looks like this guy is somehow easier than the last guy, which makes sense, honestly. That's how a lot of video game bosses are.
Oh yeah,
You know,
like
whenever a
modern
boss does like
Kirby
one winged
games
angel.
always end with quick time bosses, basically.
I like those because I like spectacle.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Or like, actually, the Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks ends with basically a quick time event as well.
Or like how every Sonic boss is, like the final boss of Sonic games aren't really hard because you're Super Sonic. Some Sonic fan out there really hates me now. And also that's not true. I just played Sonic Generations and I hated the final boss. And most of it, honestly, I'm just bad at Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic games now kind of, like, I generally feel like TV platformers are actually a lot harder than people give them credit for, because I was terrible at Mario as a kid. Because, like, especially in games like Mario or Sonic where you don't have that many hit points. Or,
yeah. And it's like, with Sonic, it's like, okay, the point is to go fast. Why? Well, I can't see where I'm going, and I'm bad at that.
Oh, like that bit in Night Carnival in Sonic Rush where you have to basically use like boost in order to get actually not boost. I think you have to use like there's this one bit to be able to figure out. You have to like jump on a spring when pressing down or something like. And I couldn't figure it out, so I had to look it up. It also took me
the infamous Night Carnival Barrow. Or whatever.
It also took me an embarrassingly long time to figure out what button I needed to press to use boost, because I thought, oh, the game will have a tutorial in it, so I didn't bother to read the manual, so...
yeah, there was a time in which games didn't have in-game tutorials.
Sonic Rush Adventure has an in-game tutorial, though.
Yeah.
And he's dead. I'm starting to worry now that I'll never be able to beat this. Wish I had some.
Ah, so close.
Yeah.
You know, if they were nice, they wouldn't force you to go through the first part again.
Yeah.
Like, it's that's just that's just being considerate. Like, if a boss has multiple parts, you don't make me go through the first part if I've already beaten it. You take me straight to the second part.
Think of other games that do let you basically, once you beat a boss, you can go back to doing. You don't have to repeat the phases if you fail. Maybe some Zelda games do that. I'm not sure.
I know there are games that do that, and now I can't remember. Damn.
I mean, I suppose maybe it's because they're trying to be like old school, but the thing is that this already has a lot of more convenient features, like how you're healed after every battle.
I mean, the thing here is that it's a lot harder, so it's more annoying.
Yeah.
Like this already, I took so long. I've died, but it takes so long to get through the first one that that was so hard. All my progress is lost. trying to think games in which they let you skip the parts that you didn't that you already did, because I know they exist, but I can't remember. I think Pokemon does that sometimes.
Oh, it's like how I got really stuck
Like
on the
if you-
final boss of Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia, because that has multiple phases and you have to, and the checkpoint, and there's the only checkpoint is right before the first one as well. That was it. I hated that game as a kid because I found it so hard.
Dude.
Oh, actually, I might have almost done this now. Oh my gosh, the Geico is actually tanking this really well.
Go Geico.
And I almost got a level up, but not quite. Maybe I should just go all out offensive on this. Just get all the statuses on it, even though it's resistant to status effects, but it wouldn't hurt to have even more.
Stats are great. I love stats.
Okay, that didn't work. Just gonna change tactics before everything goes horribly badly wrong. Yay, revival. I hope you maybe get a lot of bleed stacks on this, because that will help do a lot of damage as well.
Bleed.
Do you want me to read? I can pause to read the description of bleed if you want. So let's.
No, I think I get what it does. I'm just saying it in a deep, raspy voice because I think it sounds funny.
Also, like, I know that champion monsters get to attack multiple times per turn, but is it like a specific number each time? Because it seems like it's usually 3, but I'm not sure if that's always the case.
Maybe it's randomized?
Yeah, nearly there.
Come on. I'm like a couple of seconds behind. I don't.
Yes, I finally did it. Oh my gosh, I
It-
did 9
yeah,
turns.
So
Wow.
it looks like you're.
And look at all this cool stuff I got.
Woohoo!
What a beast.
So much cool stuff
I
that I'm
thought
going
we
to see in. Oh wow! It's
defeated
called
it.
this. You got the abyssal sword.
But somehow it's still standing. Foolish creatures! I can't say that word. You will not defeat me so easily. Interesting how they used yellow to represent what I assume is supposed to be like a telepathic voice. It could talk? No, it's communicating with us through our minds. I shall
same
use
thing.
this one as my new vessel once I've taken over their mind. Who's this one? Then nothing can stop me from taking over this world. What? Can't decide what to do. My familiar! I can sense it's inside of that orb, and it's trying to escape. So we could have broken
I will.
these orbs of normal monster attacks the whole time. Hurrah! We have regained our familiars. Measly mortals, you're only as good to me as servants. Yield now and I shall spare you a gruesome fate with 2 exclamation marks. What in the world is this monster? Right now, it's the Sanctuary's biggest enemy. We've already weakened it. Everyone, focus your attacks on it now. No! How dare you resist me? I can't die like this. I will find a way to return. Oh, bye, Felicia. It's gone. We saved the Sanctuary from a great evil today.
Why is how dare you resist me? Why does it have an exclamation point and a question mark? Like it doesn't need both of those. It doesn't need to be an intro bang.
Was that the demon behind the plot of the alchemists all along? Did Marduk use it as a tool? I also didn't notice the interrobang. Or did it use Marduk? The Master. He has left me. I can't sense him anymore at all. What did you do, you insane alchemist? Our plan has failed. The Master left us. I might as well tell you the whole story that led me to this point. In the same year that I came to the Sanctuary with the other members of my order, the Mad Lord entered the Sanctuary. It wasn't a coincidence. The Mad Lord can see a great many things. He knew that he could strike a deal with me. I was full of anger at the old world as well as the Monster Sanctuary. To think that we were exiled to live in a sanctuary for monsters, all because of the whims of the kings and their people. To us, the Monster Sanctuary was nothing
I must
but a
tell you
prison.
my tragic backstory in lengthy exposition.
But then I realised that there was potential too. The Mad Lord promised me that he would help us reach our goals, that he would make me immortal. I just had to let him use my body as a shell, and so I became the Mad Lord's host. However, having him inside my body, inside of my mind, it changed me. I had been ready to do immoral things to reach my goals, and I had been ready to fight. However, with the Mad Lord inside of me, I did things that I had not imagined I would be capable of. But I cannot say for sure whether it was me or I cannot say for sure whether it was the Mad Lord who made me do these things, or if it had been my own hatred. That sounds like a terrible apology. How can we even trust what you're saying? Yes, that's right, Leonard.
That's actually somebody saying something sensible for once.
I'm ready to-
Marduk's apology video. He's gonna break out the ukulele.
Yeah, and then he's going to be sponsored by whatever companies are currently sponsoring YouTubers
Yeah.
at the moment. I am ready to accept full responsibility for all of my actions. I haven't really seen that many YouTubers with sponsors lately. Maybe it's just because I've changed what I watch. Considering the crimes you've committed over the last 300 years, that could very well mean a lifetime of imprisonment. It's hard to imagine that.
I mean,
suddenly
I guess the
would
death
accept
penalty
that.
doesn't exist at least.
I've already lived in imprisonment those last 300 years. It's easy to plead guilty after your plan has failed. I say it's risky to let you live, considering your ability to deceive others. No! We shall not stoop to such barbaric acts. He belongs in the prison cells for now. We can pass judgment on him later. Wait, this implies that they have courts here. I agree. He must possess centuries worth of knowledge. He could be useful to the Sanctuary. I agree as well. It's the way of the Sanctuary. Everyone deserves a place here. All right, but I will see to it personally that there are security measures of the prisons that the security measures of the prison cells are improved. Let's take him away. And so the sanctuary has been saved, thanks to the Powerpuff Girls. I mean, all thanks to Stream to Go Julia, Leonard Will, and the 4 spectral familiars.
I like the way you said that. It sounds like that's their name. That's their that's their last names. Like Leonard Will, full name, first name Leonard, last name Will.
Oh, sorry if I intonated it wrong. And now we've got some credits that show.
No, it's. I mean, it's not. That's fine.
So, what are my overall thoughts
You can
on
always
the
fish.
Dream series? Well, I think it was good because it helped. I enjoyed doing this because it helped me like finally do something on a consistent schedule, and it even brought in some new viewers to the channel. Unfortunately, most of my regular chatters disappeared a few months ago, but it was also kind of stressful at the same time because like sometimes I just had to postpone a stream because I wasn't feeling very well, and then this game also got tedious at parts. But overall, I still think this is one of my favourite games. And also, this music slaps. And this is the most unconvincing battle ever. What was that? And now we're in the very empty forest. The goblins. Also, fun fact, if you play this on a randomised mode, it replaces all the monsters in the end credits with the monsters that took their slots. So that's funny, I guess. Oh look, it's
Fun.
Old Baran. Just like at the beginning of the game. But what did you think of this game, Backset?
I mean, I've been unnecessarily mean. It's not bad. It has its problems, but it doesn't look like it looks fun. As an outside viewer, I see its problems more easily, I think, because I'm not playing it, so I don't have that experience.
Yeah, I can
Actually,
see
that feels reversed. Yeah, but it's like, the writing problems are kind of apparent. That it was not, it wasn't really meant to be a game with a particularly complex story.
As I've said many times, I feel like the story is just sort of, it serves its purpose. It's not particularly awful, but it's not very exciting either. It's just a sort of very generic.
I just think
we need to save the place from the conquerors plot, and we can't use the monsters as tools, even though the only gameplay in this is using monsters to battle. Well, not the only, but most of the gameplay. And I'm so glad Gazette Beast didn't go for that sort of plot where the villains are supposedly using the monsters for evil. This isn't. Maybe I'll do a stream of Gazette Beast one day, but no promises. But anyway. Oh look, they're all shifted monsters. I forgot what shifted Rocky looks like.
this is I feel like I'm not gonna begrudge the dialogue because it's very clear this wasn't made by a American company or British company, a company that speaks. This was not written in English, so it's clearly like it was either translated or written by somebody for whom English was their second language.
I'm pretty sure this was developed by a German company, but a lot of games are developed in English nowadays. Like, I know Timberborn Against the Storm are both from Poland, and they were written in English. And I know this because
Yeah, but even if a game is written in English, you can tell when it's second language a lot.
Timberborn Experimental Branch is only in English, yeah. Yeah, I didn't really notice any of these glaring grammatical flaws in the game until I've read it, and oh look, there's something we haven't seen yet in the game. We could have actually got access to the thing by that, the one in the top, the thing in the top right corner, no, the top left corner of the underworld scene, but I just didn't get around to it. But I'll save that for the post game. Also, I think some of these monster animations aren't seen anywhere else in the game, so that's interesting. Like the tree druids or whatever they're called, raising their hands, or goblin miners mining.
I mean, I guess they did the best with what they could, but they could have conveyed the story better. Like you got people stopping you for lengthy exposition.
Yeah. It is kind of a problem with a lot of sprite-based games, is that the cutscenes just mainly consist of characters just standing around talking, unless it's something like the Game Boy Advance Klonoa games where they actually have properly animated cutscenes. or even like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon where they have just have dialogue portraits. It's not much, but it does something. Although I don't like how they continue to use dialogue portraits when they shifted the graphics to 3D, because you could just put the expressions on the models Chunsoft. Also, I only want there to be.
I mean, then you'd have to like close up to the I
Actually,
can get that
They do
because
have some expressive models, especially in Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Like when the player looks at their reflection at the start of the game and they gasp and their mouth opens in shock, and Chikorita just looks like it's smiling.
Yeah.
And we've reached the end
like,
of the credits.
You know, Mystery Dungeon is like as far as I know, it's largely just stays in the isometric view.
Yeah.
So like it makes sense that they still use the portraits. And even like
we have finished
the most recent Fire Emblem games have used the portraits, although they haven't been the portraits aren't particularly expressive in Fire Emblem. That's my hot take.
There were Kickstarter like what the portraits in what aren't.
In Fire Emblem, portraits in Fire Emblem aren't very expressive.
I haven't played much Fire
Yeah,
Emblem.
high Kickstarter backwards.
Oh gosh, I've never actually seen this part of the credits before. I like this music. Not that you can hear it.
That's a problem with I will give Pokemon Mystery Dungeon that its portraits are very expressive, and that's something that's like a lot of games with dialogue portraits don't really have very expressive portraits,
Yeah,
and
so-
visual novels too.
The Assault Rainbow has really good dialogue portraits as well, although if they made the game today, I think they would have made the cutscenes more dynamic, but it was a mostly 3D game on the DS, so it kind of had to look... It was made by a much smaller team than something like the Zelda games, and I will maintain that Spirit Tracks is one of the best looking DS games, and I will fight people about this, although nowadays Zelda fandom doesn't seem to act like Eiji Aonuma murdered their dog anymore, so... Nowadays, everyone just.
I mean, Spirit Tracks, I've never played it, but it does look good. It has a nice, like the way it's stylized, especially like even compared to Wind Waker and the previous and whatever the other one was,
It's a lot more
Phantom Hourglass. It's got a different stylization.
I've got to wonder why Phantom Hourglass. Like, I wonder if like Phantom Hourglass might have just been made by a bunch of first-timers or something, like people who are just new, because it feels quite minimal in how like the colour. There's just a lot of the same assets reused over and over again on the different islands, and there's not much music in it. It's not like it feels like it has any weird bad design structural choices, but it just feels like a very much a B-team project, if that makes sense, but I don't know.
It has
sure.
decent structural and design choices that are repeated a lot.
Yeah. And also the whole touchscreen thing, which is the main gimmick.
Every DS and 3DS game had to have a touchscreen gimmick.
Well, not many 3DS
My
games.
personal favorite best looking 3DS game is Kid Icarus Uprising. Like that, it looks really good, and I want an HD port so bad just to see what it would look like in HD.
Yeah, I also.
And hopefully they don't make it worse.
Okamiden's another DS, the only other DS game I can think of which has like full 3D cutscenes with a moving camera and no dialogue portraits, but because the nature of the art style means that the humans can't be very expressive. Also, if you're wondering why it seems like they keep changing to press F to continue, it's because like the first time I'd set my controller down and I picked it up and knocked my mouse, and the second time I think it's just been idling for a while. Should I continue to watch all of these because it's going on forever and they don't seem to be in any particular order?
I don't know. I don't think the Kickstarter backers. Good that they did this. I don't care. I don't care who these people are. I've never met them.
Alphabetical order.
That's weird that they aren't in alphabetical order. Wait. Oh no, they're still not. I was like, oh, maybe they're in alphabetical order by like last name mostly. No.
Those not all of them have last names though.
Maybe it's in order of supporting.
We've
like,
done it!
when they,
We've saved the sanctuary! The sanctuary is burning down in the background.
Oh my god, that's actually the actual line!
Yes.
I can't... God, that's brilliant.
It has been an amazing journey with you so far, and I'm eager to see what the future has in store for us. You should try to rise to the rank of Keeper Master yet. We just gotta hunt down some more champion monsters, so you didn't contract it has been, but you have do say gotta. See what I meant about the dialogue being a bit awkward, but don't worry, if you ever feel lost, you can always talk to me. I'll try to point you in the right way, which I've never actually done in this series because I just never needed to because I know my way around this game. Anyway, I'll probably go and change my outfit in game now because I haven't actually done that since like the start of the series. I'm gonna see what monsters I can ride on because oh gosh, I've forgotten what am I doing. Where are my mounts? There's the pig. There's the pig. But there is a lot of post game.
Familiar comes off as very formal, and then it's saying "gotta." Like, why would? Suddenly, it's speaking like we're casual buddies.
An important part of like writing a game is writing characters is to make sure everyone has like a consistent way of speaking. So like some people are going to be more formal than others. Obviously, people maybe talk about this with Japanese speech styles, but it applies in any language really. Like how in English, formal words tend to come from Latin or other Romance languages, but they're all descended from Latin. But anyway, I think I'm going to save the post-game for another time. For now, I would like to take a break from this series for the next few months, but one day it will continue again. And thank you for...
Hey, we didn't have to go into overtime.
Yay. In fact, this was the
shortest
shortest
stream.
Gosh, you're actually right. Until then...